Hello, my name is Emmanuel. In this video we're going to see the JUnit 5 and we're going to see how we can set it up. JUnit 5 is a testing framework for Java programming language. In this video we're going to make a setup of JUnit using Maven, and we're going to use NetBeans IDE. So let's get started. For JUnit 4 setup, we just need JUnit 5 dependency, but for JUnit 5 we need also some artifacts for JUnit 5 to be set up. This is the build that we have to set up in Maven. For JUnit 4 to get started, we can put this dependency of JUnit with artifact of JUnit version 4.12. Now let's see the setup for JUnit 5. JUnit 5 artifacts are the following: Jupyter and Surefire. And this is how to set up the build. And these are the dependencies of JUnit 5. Now that we have seen the basic setup of both JUnit 4 and 5, let's see how we can set up JUnit 5 in NetBeans and how we can make some tests. I'm using NetBeans IDE 8.2, and we're going to create a new project and set up Maven. Now we're going to set up Maven. Now we're going to make a dummy class that is going to help us make some tests. In this class, we're going to make two methods to be tested. The one that returns integer and another that returns a string. Now, why do you make text? You may want to have this A multiply B if it will return as a mathematical formula, if it will return a multiplication which is correct, and you would like to check if this thing is going to return this method my text, if it's going to return good morning with the 2 dots. And you have to note that everything that's returned by a method must be the way it is, exactly like this. So for this, to make a test for this class, we right click in NetBeans and go tools, create update tests. Do OK, nothing to change. And this is the class that is generated. And if you go to this test package, you realize that it has created inside another package which has same name as this one and the same name as this class, and it adds on a prefix of test. In this class, there are some code which are generated before class, after class, before and after. But for this time, we are focusing on these two methods. The first one, which is my calculations, it means for Maven to find the test, it put a prefix of test. Each method generated, it comes up with a new method called fail, which shows that something is going to fail. So because we need this thing to be tested with the successful results, we're going to remove this fail. When you have parameters, the tests come up with the values that are going to receive the variables that are going to receive values of those parameters, and it's going to bring a return variable which is going to receive the returned value. In this we have two parameters. We're going to put examples of 30 multiplies 30 and see if the system is going to multiply and find 900. Also, this is a string. It is going to be a string. It is going to return a string, and the string that is going to return is good morning with 2 dots. For us to start testing, we can either use command line or use NetBeans. Using NetBeans is straightforward. You just right click on project and do test. Now let's see what's going to happen in the building console. Our project is made of classes and methods, so it shows each class tested and the methods that have been tested. So it counts test by method, and now we have two methods, my text and my calculations. Now we have two tests. There is no failure, there is no errors. So it means that our tests have been successful. Now let's try to change the values of each of the methods. and see if the tests are going to still come successful. Now let's put 500 and here remove one dot. Now for us to test using command line, this time let's use command line. We're going to go to this project, to test using Maven. We just write the word mvn test, mvn test, then we hit enter. As you have seen in the NetBeans console, this also shows the same thing. It shows the tests done and the failures. This time, because we have changed both of the methods in TXT. In TXT we have removed the one dot, and in the calculations we have made a different result. 30 multiplied 30 is 500, and here we have removed the one dot, which should result in error because we expect correct result here as 900, and this should return something with 2 dots. So that's why when you come in this test console, we realize that all methods are failed, and it shows us the reason why. The test my calc, as the Maven shows, it shows that it was expecting 500, but it has found 900. This is the one that's correct, but this is what the program or the client wants. And on the text, the method that returns the text, it was expecting good morning with 2 dots, but it has found good morning with 1 dot. The difference is that it puts empty string here and it puts a dot here to show the difference. At this time our tests have failed. Now we can see that our test can show that the program has failed us or not. Let's now remove to come back to the correct results. We say 900 and you put another dot. Save changes, come back here, do Maven test. Voila! Now this build has been done successfully. Now another thing before we close, sometimes you may skip test. Let's say that you're making a project, another time you just want to skip test because maybe you have finished. To skip test, you don't need to delete everything. You just add one plugin that helps you skip test. Coming back to our build, we add a plugin that helps us skip the tests. It has a configuration of skip test to true. This is the one that helps us skip test. Sometimes you just want to see other things other than tests. As you can see, the tests have been skipped, so there's nothing tested. So this is what you wanted to see in this video. We thank you for having watched. Please subscribe, like and share, and have a good time.